A very warm welcome to you all to the inaugural ceremony of 10-day SSERD outreach program. I'm Tejas KV from SSERD. When we look at the night sky, we are baffled with many questions. One of the questions that I had when I used to look at the night sky is how far away are the stars from us? The usual answer that I used to get that they are billions of kilometers away. Apparently, the distances between stars and Earth are measured in light years. Light years means that if we are to travel at a constant speed of light, it would take us so many years to reach a particular star. Now imagine this situation. If a star were to be situated at 4 light years away from Earth, it means that the light starting from that star would reach us after 4 years. So if that star were to explode right now in the sky, it means that we will witness that explosion only after 4 years from now. Imagine this. The Earth formed 4.5 billion years ago. What if there was a star and a planetary system and a civilization 4.5 billion light years away from Earth? It means that if those people and those civilization orbiting that star which is 4.5 billion light years away from our planet, if they were to point their telescope and look at us, they wouldn't even see our Earth, they wouldn't even see our solar system. For us, we never existed. Isn't that amazing? We talk about time machines in science movies and science fictions and all the science novels, but the nature has its own time machine right in our backyards at the night sky. Hubble Space Telescope happens to be one of the finest achievements in the history of space science and astronomy. The pictures taken by Hubble Space Telescope has uh, solved many mysteries related to universe and has unraveled many proving many physical laws and other things. One of the finest images and my favorite image taken by Hubble Space Telescope is the Pillars of Creation. This Pillars of Creation image depicts a stellar nursery in the region of Eagle Nebulae. The columns of gases and clouds that are raising in the background are nothing but the newly forming baby stars. Imagine this, we get to see babies being born every day. It is not every day that we get to witness the birth of a star. Isn't that cool? If you want to know how small the Earth that we are in, I recommend you to have a look at this image called as pale, pale blue dot. This image was taken by Voyager in 1990. When Voyager took this particular image, Voyager was at a distance of 6 billion kilometers away from Earth. So if we were to send a signal to Voyager from Earth right now at that particular time, it would take somewhere close to more than 5 hours for that signal to travel at the speed of light to reach the Voyager. This tiny speck of blue dot that is less than a pixel in this image is the planet that we inhabit. And that is the planet where we are all sitting right now and having this conference. Doesn't that blow your mind? Look at the vastness of this universe. Coming back to the achievements of humans in space, we are one among the 8.7 million species that inhabit Earth. But we are the only species that have conquered other worlds. We have stepped on Moon. We are looking to step on Mars. The dawn of space age is right here. For all the space enthusiasts out there, we're bringing many such concepts and many more in this 10-day SSERD outreach program. Without further delay, I now invite Tasmi to give us an introduction about the journey of SSERD so far. Tasmi, the screen is yours.
Hello everyone, hope you all are fine and doing great. Now tight your seatbelts because from today we are going on a 10-day trip to the space, right from the Big Bang to the Big Crunch, from the quarks to the cosmic one, and right from the Earth to the Mars. And all these things are brought to you by SSERD Outreach Program, SSERD, Society for Space Education, Research and Development, an NGO which was founded in 2016 by Mr. Sujay Sridhar, the chairman, and Ms. Nikita, the CEO. Our organization is creating awareness among the students about the importance of space science in our daily life. It aims to promote space education among the community and prepare young generation for space revolution. Within only 2 years, for our influential service, we have got, SSERD has got NGO Champion Award from Youth for Seva in 2018. The journey of SSERD started with the first aerospace camp in 2017, which was designed for school students, which brought over 100 plus students from all over India. SSERD also started a branch in Philippines where we have 300 plus active volunteers. It was also invited to teach students in Sri Lanka and Mauritius. Moreover, it is also guiding 20 African youngsters in STEM education and outreach. As traditional expectations still weigh heavily over girls and women pursuing advanced education and a career, we have designed Girls and Women in Space and Astronomy program. Around 200 girls and women part of the program, which inspired us to design Girls in STEM Aerospace Mentorship Program. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. The program gave us a grand success. SSCRD has 800 plus active volunteers throughout India, regularly running outreach programs and spreading awareness of space basics. We have organized many programs, including skygazing. Skygazing was an amazing initiative which everyone loved. It aims to spread knowledge of astronomy and telescope by actually making people work at celestial bodies. From many countries, people have asked us to organize programs virtually, and COVID 19 made it possible. So, in past days, we have organized asteroid hunt programs, teaching programs, internships, workshops, which were all conducted smoothly online. It connected us to more than 4,000 people all over the world. And all these things were possible because of the efforts made by the SSCRT members. But the great efforts were made by the founders of SSCRT, that is, the chairman, Mr. Sujay Sridhar, and the CEO, Ms. Nikita. Mr. Sujay Sridhar, the chairman and also the co-founder of SSCRT, comes from a small town in Kerala known as Irinjalakuda. He has done aircraft maintenance engineering. He has done aircraft maintenance engineering and he has worked in Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Air India, etc. Experience can greatly be defined by the person himself. So I would like to call Mr. Sujay Sridhar here on the screen. Mr. Sujay.
Hey, thank you, Tasneem. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. And first of all, I want to thank all of you who are here for joining for this outreach program. So when we started SSCRD, our main goal was for us to reach to more students. So we found that there is a barrier where students are not willing to join our programs. We just thought, okay, let's reach out to more students. Let's do a free program where we will be able to gather a lot of students. That's how this entire outreach program has started. So coming to SSCRD, we started it in 2016. We will talk about it later on in the coming slides, and the coming people will be explaining about how the journey of SSCRD was. But SSCRD what was started again for an intention to reach and make students prepared for the space revolution. So that is what our main goal was. Okay. Okay, thank you, Tasmi. You can take off the stage.
Okay, so thank you so much, Sujay, for the wonderful words. It was really great to hear you. Now we have a short video to show you all the journey of SSCRT till now. Can we have the video, please? It's a great journey, and it's a pleasure to be part of SSERD for us. But to tell us that how it feels to be a CEO, we have our CEO, Ms. Nikita. Ms. Nikita, the CEO, is a social entrepreneur who was born and raised in Bangalore, India. She has completed aerospace engineering from Bangalore Alliance University. She was called Youth Icon of 2019 by Karnataka Women Achievers Award. To tell us the journey of SSCRD from the base to the peak of the Everest, I would like to call Ms. Nikita on the screen. Nikita?
Hello, hi Tasmi. Thank you so much for that warm welcoming and, in fact, hosting the whole program. Uh, Dear audience, I know all of you have been waiting for this wonderful program that we have organized for all of you. I also know that most of you are also facing some technical problem, but please don't worry because we're gonna soon solve that. I also have some supporting slides, so let me show it to you while I speak. So SSCRD was started by me and Sujay in the year 2016 with an intention to promote space education among the school children. Reason being, there are a lot of students who want to take up space in their career, but then they don't know which path to take. For example, they like stars and planets, but then they end up taking aeronautical engineering, but because that's the only thing or that's the only thing which everyone knows, in fact. Similarly, those who are actually interested in all these aircrafts and engineering, they end up doing their pure science and doing a degree or let's say a diploma. So there we felt like we have to help the students because if they know what is that they're going to study during that course and what could they do in the future with those courses, it will really help them to achieve those exact goals and dreams that they had. That's keeping that as one of our goal. Another goal was also to bring in the skills among the students which is needed for today's generation. So we had our programs designed, like if you could see here, we had space lab, we had space curriculum, we also had sky gazing and then space trek. We also do a lot of workshops and trainings. Most importantly, we also help students to understand what is that they like and what are the steps that they need to take in their future. Now, why are we unique or how are we unique is because, as I said, students don't know what is what, like they don't know the definition or they don't know the course plan or they don't know which path to take. So we help them in that. Apart from that, the way we using as learn, build, and launch. So basically, they go through learning phase wherein they learn the theories, and then they also go through build phase wherein they build models. And at the end, they also have to test those models based on how they have designed. Because if they build and then it doesn't work, then there's no use. So we let them test it. In case if it doesn't work, they need to again rework on their all the process of work that they went through so that they reach those goals what it is designed for. That's what we follow, and for sure we focus on STEM education. If you all have heard of science, technology, engineering, math, we also brought in two more concept previous year, which is arts and medicine. So it makes sense. Coming to the topics that we teach usually at SSCRD are I'm sorry, yeah. So the topics that we usually teach at SSCRD are like aeronautics and astronautics. astrobiology, space technology. We also touch upon astrophysics related topics and touch upon space robotics, different fields. In fact, recently we also started adding space law and space medicine into our courses. That's how we've designed the whole course to be thought-provoking, because a student must know every taste of space. Like, if they know the different taste of space, they could actually pick up what they like. And being data focused, we've designed all these topics, and anything we do will actually touch upon all these topics that we have mentioned here. And coming to online program, actually, from past 2 years, we had students from all over India, and we also have our branch in Philippines who used to always ask us for a virtual program. And that's when we decided, okay, we have to go start teaching online so that we could reach out to more and more students. In fact, that was made possible by COVID-19. uh, this was in the March when we actually got to know that the things are getting worse, and we might not have students to visit our place, or we can't go meet the students, but we have to continue to teach. And that's when we decided, let's plan online space course. Within 20 days, we were able to come and start teaching the students. And from April, we've been continuously teaching and taking a lot of space course online. Apart from that, we also have been engaging around 250 young students. I can call them young because they all are in their engineering background and all that. And they are actually working on amazing space related projects. This actually helps them academically as well, because they're going to learn a lot of research skills, and they're going to work on a project which is as much as capable as publishing it on any research journals or presenting in the conferences. Apart from these two, we were like thinking what more can we do, and that's when we planned something new that you will actually know. But before that, we have now reached out to 50,000 plus students all over the world. Specifically, if I have to mention, we have been concentrating on India. We have our branch in Philippines. We were invited to Mauritius, Sri Lanka, and we are also looking at starting our branch in Nepal. Apart from these countries which are mentioned here, we are now working and almost going to start the actual work from October with Ghana and Australia as well. And we're very happy to support all those students from different countries, different regions, who actually want to learn and who don't have access to it, who don't have those someone to help them or guide them. We are here. So that's what we bring in. That's what our motivation is. Now, coming to outreach program, as I said, we were thinking what more can we do, and we decided let's do a program which will involve everyone around the world and learn something, right? That's when we planned this outreach program, which is a 10 days free online space course. Initially, we had a goal of, let's teach for around 5,000 students. That was our goal. Once we started working on it, we had around after a week we had around 180 students, and then we were like, okay, should we close this or should we postpone this? What exactly should we do was what we were thinking. And then we were like, it's fine, if students are not joining, it's fine, let's go ahead and start teaching, and we'll see how many of our students join, we will teach them. But to our surprise, we had 15,000 plus registered for this online space course. And it's not just from India, it's from almost half of the world that we have students who have been taking part in. Of course, you might think that, okay, it's happening at Indian time, but how will others be able to access? Yes, every session we are teaching are recorded and will be made accessible for students even during this 10 days program, and also after these 10 days program, all these sessions uh, will be made available for everyone. So, being said this, we are so excited about this whole program. A lot of work has been put up from the SSERD team. There's a very small team of around 25 of us who are working on this to give this space course for 15,000 plus students right now. But probably yes, we're gonna extend all of them later as well. So we have actually categorized the students into three age groups. If most of you already know it, but I would like to mention that right here. We have students from grade 1 to grade 3, whom we call it kids section. So they have the courses running at every day from 6 to 7 p.m. IST, whereas if it has to be said in UTC time, it's 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. UTC. Next is grade 4 to grade 7. We have categorized all these students into one group and we call them juniors. And for juniors, we have a separate type of courses, separate way of teaching, different activities, and all these things planned for them. And for juniors, every day the sessions will happen from 5 to 6 p.m. IST or 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. UTC. Last but not the least, we have the seniors who actually fall into the grades of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if there's a student who just passed out 12th, are also welcome to take part in this. Now here for these students, the level of teaching has been increased so that they have to know what is happening in the world and they have to stay updated. At the same time, it also lets them to explore various career that they could think of in the future and various courses that they can pick it up right after their 10th or 12th. That's how the course has been designed for all three age groups. I might have said in very little details, but we have our team member Tejas here who's going to explain you in depth, like lot more details on what are the different topics that you're going to learn and how is it going to help you. So I request Tejas to come over and first of anyways, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Nikita, for those wonderful words. That was a great introduction on SSERD by Tasmi and inspiring words by Sujay. Now I will take you through the course content that the students will be learning through this 10-day SSERD outreach program. First, for kids, we have planned them to answer the basic questions of you about the universe and its workings. Students will start learning about what is universe, where do we exactly stay in the universe, the earth and its position relative to other galaxies in the universe. We will be addressing the questions like how does an aircraft fly, how does a rocket fly, how do we get to know about the weather well before in hand. All the kids will be very much excited to learn more about the constellations in the sky, how to operate a telescope, and how to learn and recognize the stellar constellations in different parts of the sky, in different parts of the year. I mean, all these concepts will be addressed in depth by our teachers during this 10-day tenure. We have also planned many activities suitable for kids, doing which they can have fun and also learn at the same time. Moving on to the section of juniors, we have a slightly advanced course material wherein we will be addressing about the laws that govern the planetary motions, life of universe, wherein we'll be talking about the questions as to how the universe was born, what is the current state of the universe, and what are the states that it might probably end, what are the probabilities of the universe ending in a particular state. Juniors will also be addressed about different kinds of satellites, the orbits that they take in, and the various applications that these satellites are used for. In aircrafts and aviation parts, junior students will be taught about the different types of aircrafts, their usage, and how do aircrafts fly. They'll also be guided in detail as to how to become a pilot and the courses that they need to undergo, the trainings that they need to undertake in order to become a pilot. Another interesting course planned for juniors is about the International Space Station. International Space Station is a habitat that is situated in the lower Earth orbit. Most of the zero gravity experiments are placed there. Our juniors would be very excited to know about astronauts floating in free space performing many experiments out there. We have another topic planned for the juniors that is about the advancements in rocket technology. In here, we will be addressing about the different types of rocket technologies that we have for the students, and we also have something called as space art that is being planned to be introduced to juniors. We also have the prospect of life beyond the realm of Earth and the possibilities, the ways, the forms in which life can occur in different planets like moons and Mars, planned to be taught for juniors. Moving on to the senior section, the topics are slightly advanced and we call life of universe in to address as astronomy and astrophysics. In here, we'll be talking about the evolution of the universe, the evolution of the stars, the stellar composition, the stellar chemistry, and we'll also be addressing things like Chandrasekhar limit and how the mass of a star dictates its final fate, and the types of stars including the neutron stars, pulsars, black holes, the quasars, and everything will be taught in order to address a senior student studying between 8th to 12th grade. We have topics on rocketry wherein students will be taught about the kinds of oxidizers, fuels that are used and currently employed in the rocket propulsion systems. We also have topics on aeronautics and aviation wherein students will be briefed about the early experiments on the development of aircrafts, the types of aircrafts, and the kinds of different types of engines that we use on aircrafts, and the modern combat aircrafts that have been developed by many countries out there, and the scope of different job careers that they can opt in for in the field of aviation and aeronautics. They will learn the difference between aeronautics and aviation, the courses that they have to select, including from aircraft maintenance engineering, aerospace engineering, aeronautical engineering, and also the research opportunities that are wide open in the field of aeronautics. Next, we have satellites and their applications being taught for seniors, which is in depth, including the kind of sensors that they use in satellites, the kind of communication system, and the way they are programmed, and how the satellites are used to monitor, track the Earth, the events that happen on the terrain of the Earth. Recently, in 2019, something which was thought impossible long back was achieved. That is the imaging of black holes. Students will be taught about the unique technique that was employed to take the wonderful and historic image of black hole in the year 2019. And for space enthusiasts who are keen on learning about humans going and colonizing moon and Mars and going beyond solar system and creating their own habitats, we have a topic called as space colonization. In space colonization, we'll be talking about the legends, the myths that took us to the dreams of trying to habitat other planets, and also the requirements, the challenges that we face when we go and colonize another planet. What if an astronaut is hurt in space? What if one astronaut kills another astronaut? What if we steal gold or diamond from other planets? To address all such issues, we have a special topic called as space medicine and law. In space medicine and law, students will be learning about how astronauts are treated in International Space Station while they are in space, and also about the crimes, how the crimes committed in the international boundaries like space be treated using the normal international laws. For people who are aspiring to become astronauts, we will be telling them about topics related to the trainings that astronauts undergo, the GLO trainings, and how spacewalk experiences simulated on Earth, the rigorous trainings that they have to undergo, the courses and the robotics subjects that they need to study, and the piloting experience that they need to have. Well, it will all be explained in depth in the session on astronauts. Lastly, we have a session on space agencies and startups. In space agencies and startups, we'll be talking about prestigious institutions like NASA, ISRO, Roscosmos, and JAXA, and many other space institutions that have marked their flag in the new upcoming space age by making special achievements in the space domain. We'll also be addressing the upcoming startups like SpaceX, Virgin Galactic that are planning for space tourism and space colonization. So this session is going to be very interesting for students and entrepreneurs young entrepreneurs who are starting to plan a career in space domain. That is for the session, and all these sessions will be hosted on the very same platform that you are using right now to watch this video. This platform is an amazing platform because it enables the option of having a private chat with the teacher. You can also access the assignment and submit your assignments in the very same section. You also get to access the pre-recorded videos if you have missed out anything, or if you want to watch the videos in order to learn them again, you can come back and look at those videos. There will also be resources related to these topics that will be shared in the resources section. And if you have any queries or doubts related to accessing of this particular platform, you are advised to watch the video that is posted on the SSERD channel in YouTube, which explains in depth as to how to use this platform. Now I call upon Tasmi, Nikita, and Sujay on screen, and we are open for question and answer session. I hope you all enjoyed the inaugural ceremony, and we do apologize for the inconvenience that was caused due to many people, the server errors, which was due to many people logging in for the site at the same time. The recorded videos will be available on the YouTube, and we do recommend you all to go and do watch the session on YouTube. Thank you, and the stage is open for question and answer session. Okay, the question and answer sessions will be closed for now. Uh, One question that is coming up is related to the activities, that the submission of the activities. It is posed by Kiran Kumar. The activities for all these events will be posted in the platform, the assignment section. A detailed PDF containing as to how to perform all these activities will be uploaded right after each session that you go through. And even during the classes, the teachers will be answering your queries regarding on how to perform these activities, how to perform the assignments that are given. You can create these activities in the form of a PDF or a document, or if it's an artwork that is asked to, you can take an image, create that and take an image and upload it in the form of upload it into Google Drive and share the link in the assignment submission section. And if you have any queries regarding the subjects, you can text the teachers in private chat. Thank you all for joining us for the inaugural ceremony of the SSERD Outreach Program. I hope you all had a great time. We apologize for the inconvenience caused and hope you all are excited for the upcoming sessions. Tomorrow for kids, we have the universe, and for juniors, we have a session on life of universe, and for seniors, we have astronomy and astrophysics. Hope you all are excited, and we too all are geared up to teach you all during this tenure. And this is Tejas signing off. Thank you for joining us.